This is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock. Eesh. Oh, that's good. All right, this beer of the week, or this beer for the episode, is Strawberry Wheat Beer, brought to you by Boulevard Brewing Company. Listen, Boulevard has not failed me once, and they continue to be one of my top 5 favorite breweries out there. I swear I'm going out there to check them out personally, but they have been nothing but great beer. It's a wheat beer, so you really can't go wrong with a wheat beer if you're not like an IPA kind of guy or something like that, or a gal, whatever the case may be. You're just like, I want to try a beer. It's actually really light, not too sweet, not sour, not too ale-y, if you will. So realistically speaking, man, it's actually really good. And it's one of those beers that you can drink pretty much any time, whether it's cold, whether it's hot. You know what I mean? It's actually really good. It's all around probably. I'm not really a big strawberry guy, but it's not too much strawberry taste to it. It's pretty good. It's not bad. So, not overpowering, I should say, with the strawberries. But anyway, and you know exactly where I got it at. My favorite store to get beer, alcohol, anything liquor related, basically, or alcohol related. Total Wine. Total Wine is killing it right now with beer. Like, you can get all these beers nationwide, all across the nation, beers at Total Wine. You can get 1 beer at a time. You can get 6 beers at a time. You can get 30 beers or 24 beers if they only make 24s for that particular craft brew. But yeah, so like, you can get a keg, you can get whatever you need there. So shout out Total Wine. But yeah, let's get into it, man. So news you can booze to. All right. NBA is back. The NBA is back, alive and well and kicking. And oh my God, Celtics raised another banner and then proceeded to destroy the Knicks. They tied for a record high of 3-pointers made, which is insane. They act as if they are on a revenge tour and like someone insulted them and their championship that they just won. And it's kind of scary because nobody did that. Nobody did that. Okay. Celtics, take it easy. The East is, I mean, we can see you're going to dominate the East because there's really not many people in the East except for Cleveland. A lot of people aren't talking about Cleveland. Cleveland is also undefeated. Cleveland looks really, really good. Their points per is right up there with Boston, which is 120, 124. So they're like neck and neck, if you will. And they're both, again, undefeated. They will see each other and we'll figure out who's the real bosses of the East, if you will. Also, Oklahoma City. It might be time for them to jump up. Now, they're not undefeated yet. They might be undefeated, actually. I take that back. But it might be time for them to take that jump. I really see them making it to the Western Conference Finals, maybe also to the championship, but I think they're ready to take that step. And it's looking like they got some things to prove as well. They really look good. Now, Lakers, as I have deemed the Lake Show, has proven me wrong. I am here to eat some humble pie. The hiring of J.J. Redick was not a bad idea. Yeah, just look.
Go hard on them dudes. Everybody's trying to play the right way. Salute. Be aggressive.
Play with pace, we can get whatever we want, all right? We are getting great shots. They will go in. They will go in.
Could you see the difference? Now, I've heard a lot of hype about JJ and how he was at a car wash watching film on a laptop and all this other crazy shit. Listen, JJ might have been the right guy for the job. Only time will tell. Honestly, they look good. They've only lost 1 game. LeBron is going absolutely ape shit this year. He had a triple double few nights ago, whatever the case may be. I mean, they look really good. Anthony Davis is balling. The Lakers don't look like they're there for a spectacle anymore. They actually look like they're trying to play. But only time will tell, because obviously it's the beginning of the season. Everybody's figuring each other out, things like that. But it does bode well for the Lakers and LeBron, and to the whole dynasty, as far as like to make a run in the West. Now, I don't think they're going to make it very far. I just don't think they have a depth. They have a depth issue, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I was wrong about JJ, so my apologies, sir. You are a basketball mind. But it makes sense. He was coached under Coach K at Duke. He was, he's been on some good teams with some good coaches and things like that. So it makes sense. Usually a lot of players usually right out the gate don't make good coaches, but I mean, maybe we were wrong. Maybe he's one of the few right out the gate. Now, there are some players that became great coaches or good coaches years down the line after being out of the league. But anyway, we'll subside. We'll push that to the side. NHL is rolling, baby. Also, NHL started up as well in this month. This month is fucking flying. And Panthers atop of the East right now. Are they gonna repeat? It's crazy. It's a very early in the season. It's too early to tell. But it does look good for them, because of some fact is they are top of the East with the most points. I think they've only lost like 2 games. They've only lost 1 game. So it's like, man, listen, the Panthers look good. Stars look good. And as well as the Winnipeg Jets. I did not fucking see that coming. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not have that on my bingo card for the NHL. But hey, listen, it's early. I believe they're in the lead as far as only having 1 loss, leading in the standings with 16 points. It's just crazy. They look good from what I've seen. I haven't really watched any of their games. I'm not going to lie to you. But from what the highlights I've seen and things like that, and stats and all that stuff that I've looked at, Winnipeg might be for real. Like they might be for real. Now, granted, it's a long season, so But anyway, on to the NFL. Listen, man, it was National Tight Ends Day on Sunday, which I had no idea of. I had no idea what what are we talking about here? National Tight Ends Day? I didn't like that. Sounds really suspect, first off. And then I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that was even a thing. It's like, next thing we're going to have is National Wide Receiver Day. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't think they just kind of made that up for this year, because I've never heard this before. But it was almost like it was a demanding situation, because every single announcer made sure you knew it was National Tight Ends Day every 30 fucking minutes. And it was so, I'm sorry, I'm giving him credit at 30 minutes. It was probably like every 10 minutes. It was just mention after mention after mention after mention. And then, of course, all the tight ends had great games. Fucking Kittle finally got a touchdown. Kelsey got a touchdown. It was just crazy. Everybody all of a sudden just started throwing to their tight ends, which is really fucking weird. So you mean to tell me that all it take was a made up national holiday for y'all to fucking throw the ball to them? Come, get the fuck. Anyway, woosah. Listen, it was whatever. I don't know. It was cool, I guess, to kind of celebrate the tight ends of the league, but it's just kind of one of those things like, huh? Anyway, on to the games, right? Minnesota loses to LA Thursday night, which is kind of crazy, because that means that every single team that the Detroit Lions have faced this season, the next week have lost. Have lost. That stat in itself is scary. And the last team that I remember, I'm not sure, it was a recent memory. The last team that did that went to the Super Bowl. And you know what team it was? The 40 fucking Niners. Just saying. History repeats itself. Usually when you put it on a team as far as physicality and winning, the way they're winning, I mean, they fucking blew the doors off the Titans this weekend. And Jared Goff didn't even have Jared Goff didn't even have 100 yards passing. What? Listen, I am a Packers fan through and through, but I'm a fucking realist. They look good. They look like Aiden Hutchinson. Losing him, yes, was big, but it wasn't as big as it might not have been as big as we thought. But there was some craziness going on. Obviously, Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, there's always some eyes on it to why didn't they catch this or why didn't they catch that, this, that, and the third. But that's just crazy, man. The Lions look fucking scary. Atlanta sweeps Tampa Bay. I told y'all, bet a beer, bet the house. I did not believe in Tampa Bay already once, especially going up against Atlanta, but also the injuries. Let's be real. No Godwin, no Evans. I mean, who is Baker going to throw to? Baker he did what he could with them there, and now, turmoil has set. They might have won the NFC South already, which is fucking crazy because that division is absolutely ass. You have the Panthers, the Saints, the Bucks, and the Falcons, and the two that are worth a shit, Atlanta and Bucks. The Falcons already swept the Bucks, so it doesn't fucking matter. They could pretty much lose out the rest of the season and win the winnable games versus their own division, and voila, they are in the fucking playoffs. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but it's like, man, we've seen this before. Kirk Cousins is walking in people's trap and taking the trap. And this is not the Kirk Cousins I saw on quarterback on Netflix. This is not him. This is some other guy. They cloned Kirk Cousins like they cloned Gucci. But anyway, so look, man, the Jets are bad. Oh, the Jets are bad. As a Packers fan, it's kind of funny to me that Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets because it just wasn't working, and he just had to have. It's basically New York Packers up there. And he got Robert Saleh fired. He to make it look like his boy wasn't going to be the new head coach, or he didn't get Saleh fired. He made sure that Albrecht got the coaching job, and Hackett's not the offensive or calling the plays, and they're still losing. You got Devontae Adams. You're still losing, and they're in a dark place, as they said at the press conference. Just check it out.
Call this a moment of darkness for this team. Is that how you see it, and how do you get out of it? I mean, because you could just stay in darkness as well.
Yeah, I've been in the darkness. You got to go in there, make peace with it. Offensively, our goal has just got to be score 30. Doesn't matter what the other two sides are doing. We have trust in our defense and teams, but if we're not scoring 30, we're underachieving. This offense can do that every single week.
Thanks, sir. I know about the darkness. Such a smug ass answer too. Like, listen, love Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was one of my favorite quarterbacks in the Packers history. His run with the Packers was undeniable. But the end of his career is he's becoming such a dick. Like, ugh. Listen, I hope that for Devontae Adams' sake that they figure it out a little bit and make a nice little run. But right now it is looking like, sir, you went from dark black abyss in the Raiders organizations to a shitty mile of green Jets abysmal shit. I don't pick. You should have just stayed with the Packers, bro. Like, you should have just stayed. It wasn't, you could, yeah, listen. All right. Not like the Packers are doing absolutely great either. They just barely beat the fucking Jaguars. Jordan Love goes out in the game with a fucking growing injury, and Malik Willis has to hold it down again. But they squeaked out a win. Defense has literally been holding them up. And now that the Packers have a kicker, the Packers, they have a little more faith in their kicker, who used to actually be a Jaguar. So, yeah. So the fact that, they won, they're still they're 6-2, while Detroit is 6-1, and now the Vikings are 5-2. So listen, man, it's gonna be a tight ass race for the NFC North. Unlike the Bears, who we'll get to in a second, unlike the Bears, that everybody keeps winning. So Houston beats Indianapolis, and they sweep them as well. But the story really wasn't about that. Like, the story was really about Anthony Richardson. And Anthony Richardson kind of basically just taps his helmet to come out. And everybody asked him about it. And he was just, his response was like, I was tired. I can't really front. And I was just tired, or whatever the fuck he said. And all the football people went crazy. Like, they went absolutely crazy. Now, saying it's unacceptable, completely understand from a football guy, from a football, player standpoint, all the analysts that used to be football players. Yeah, I get it. I completely understand your sentiment. But do we not see history repeating itself? Wasn't Andrew Luck the guy that retired really early because he was getting his ass whooped because of that organization's horrible, did not get him any help? It's starting to look like it's repeating itself. So I don't think he did the right thing in that instance. I don't blame him for that, though, either, because, like, as a guy that just got injured and came back into the game, and your coach called a quarterback sneak after you just came back from concussion protocol to do a sweep or quarterback sweep or keep at the goal line, knowing you about to get popped, it was absolutely fucking. Some of the coaching things haven't been right there, and I think that may have hurt him or helped him in his decision making of tapping his helmet to get the fuck out of there. Because I don't know. Listen, and because of that, they are starting Joe Flacco. Who, by the way, who started two games less than Anthony Richardson, and has dropped back only about 25 times, dropped back 25 times less than him. So 2 games, and he only has 100. So it was 133 to 108. So he's 25 drops back less than Anthony Richardson, but only missed 2 games starting or played, as Anthony Richardson has started pretty much every game except for 2. And that stat in itself is kind of insane, because my thing is, like, 133 doesn't really sound crazy until you look at his rushing yards. His rushing yards are 242 yards. 242 yards, and he got about 1,000 yards passing. So it's not like he's – it's hard to explain it, but I feel like the culture of the Colts put their quarterbacks in a bad position. Andrew Luck was a fucking monster, like a massive man. Pause. He was just like a big – he didn't look like your typical quarterback. He looked like a goofy Ben Roethlisberger version, whatever, right? Timu Ben Roethlisberger version. Anthony Richardson is nowhere near that stature. And he's been injured over and over and over again. It's not the same thing. It's not like a Tua thing. It's not like a hamstring thing. It's like hip. It's like concussion. It's like arm. It's like ACL. It's like shoulder. Like, let's calm down on the overreaction about him and what it means to his team and stuff. Now, granted, his team did bench him for the next one, but I also think my man has been beat the fuck up. Like, the O-line has looked a little better this year, but they don't really do a lot of short plays, and he don't trust them. And I think that has to do with coaching and working on it. We've seen it. Justin Fields, same thing. Justin Fields was absolutely terrible and didn't trust his O-line in Chicago. Gets in Pittsburgh, and all of a sudden he's 4-2. Now, granted, he did get replaced by Russell Wilson, who continues to cook. But Russell Wilson is a better arm than Justin Fields. Not a better quarterback. He's not a complete better quarterback. Justin Fields is going to learn a lot from him. And in that situation, they are going to be pretty damn good. So just listen. I don't always think it has to do with the player. I think a lot of times it has to be with coaching. And what are we doing is kind of like my end question. What are we doing to a guy's confidence when we're questioning why he's tapping? You know, look, bro, I mean, he ain't fucking Superman. And this is technically his second year in the league, but it's his like first going on full year. Let him make it. Let him make it. It's okay. Let him make it. All right. Now, I mean, off my soapbox, man. But Denver continues to roll. Denver continues to roll. Bo Nix is starting to look better. Is Bo Nix like quietly trying to creep up on Rookie of the Year right now? Offensive Rookie of the Year? It's looking like it. But there was a lot of issues going on for that game because like Panthers know they're bad. Panthers are horrible, and they were getting blown out the entire game, and Sean Payton did not take his foot off the brakes. And some players had some shit to say about it.
I tell you what, Peyton having some words right there.
I don't know if you can hear that. The sound was crazy because it was on the field and mics on the cameras were picking it up. But basically, he was like, "Why y'all running up? Why y'all trying to run up the score? Because y'all suck, bro. Like, I mean, this was basically a tune-up game for us. You're the old boxer, and I got a young boxer over here that I need to build his confidence up because we got Kansas City coming up twice. We got the Raiders who play Denver pretty tough, and we still got the Chargers. Like, we need to, you know what I'm saying? We need to build up the confidence. So I'm building up the confidence in the defense as well as the offense. I'm going to run it up. Not mad at him at the press conference later. My man Payton says he was like, I mean, we expected them to be bad. I didn't, you know, we should have got more than we got. Yo, the disrespect. Sean Payton is low-key probably the most disrespectful coach at the podium. Like, period. Don't put a mic in front of that man and ask him his honest opinion because you're going to get every single piece of that honest opinion. Now, I don't see anything wrong with he did. I don't see anything wrong with what the DB did, walking up to him and telling him, like, why you trying to run a score? I mean, listen, I hope y'all use this as fuel, Panthers, because right now, as bad as the NFC South is, you can make this work. I mean, I don't know, seeing something fly by me. Yeah, you can make this work. But it's really up to y'all to figure it out. It ain't up to other teams to take it light on you because you suck. That's not competitive at all. So don't expect nobody to take it easy on you. Dallas loses to San Fran. What else is new? Nothing to talk about there. And the Bears lose. Like I said earlier, the Bears lost to the Commanders. Now, this game probably was the most boring NFL game of the week, except for like one play. And I just can't believe this happened the way it happened.
Comes down to one last play. and it's going to be getting longer by the second. You're all the way back at the 30-yard line. Now you can step into it. Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line, and the ball is caught! Caught! It's a miracle! It's Noah Brown! Oh my goodness! This town is going crazy. It's a madhouse in Landover, Maryland.
He did it.
It was definitely a madhouse. One of the Commanders players was picking up players up off the field. Like, get y'all ass up, man. Y'all lost. You know, it is what it is. You know, get us next time type shit. Get up out of here. We about to celebrate on the field. One of the defensive players on the Bears was talking shit to the stands while the play was going on. Like, I don't know what in the hell. I don't know what. It was the Bears. What can you say? It's the fucking Bears. The Bears. The Bears, bro. I just. How do you. The Hail Mary is not supposed to work, and it's definitely not supposed to be tipped up. But anyway. All right, man. On to college football. I don't know if some of y'all might have noticed me. I kind of did like a yes because one of my parlays hit. Listen, I love the fact that we have college football on like a Tuesday night and a Wednesday night. Oh, man. Thank you, college football, because that is the greatest shit ever. And it be some absolute whammies on there. And I guess I should give those to y'all. But if you don't follow me on the Discord page, which you would get the link if you were on that tier, blah, blah, blah. Again, why you should bump up to this tier. But yeah, so anyway, I put those things out on Discord when I see them, when I feel like whammies are there, easy parlays, easy monies, so that I can take or make up for my losses over the weekend, because there are some L's on the weekend, such as losses or L's on the weekend. Liberty, who didn't play on the weekend, lost to Kennesaw State. Yeah. Yeah, so they're cooked. I don't see them making the playoffs because, I mean, you barely play. I don't know. But yeah, Kennesaw State beat them. I think it was like first time in like 5 years or something crazy like that. I heard Navy got their doors absolutely blown off by Notre Dame. Notre Dame got 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers. Navy, bruh. Looks like it may only be one military service football team in the hunt for the playoffs now. Although I don't know if Army, I don't know. I think Army's going to play them a lot closer, but I don't know if Army will make it either. And I heard somebody on a podcast say that Notre Dame is out here committing treason, beating the military service people. Honestly, I don't feel no type of way about it. I stayed away from Navy. This is one of the reasons why I stayed away from Navy, except for one game that I put on Better Beer Bet the House, because I just didn't trust them. I don't feel like they've played anybody. Army either, but Army usually like be blowing they fucking doors. So I got mad. I got mad one of the episodes about them taking their fucking starters out in the beginning of the third quarter. That's how far they be blowing people out. So, but yeah. Indiana and Penn State remain undefeated. I don't know how Penn State is still doing it. I don't know how Penn State is doing it. I don't know how Penn State is fucking doing it. It doesn't make sense. Now, we shall see how long that lasts, because Penn State up next coming weekend is playing at home, but they're playing Ohio State. Speaking of Ohio State, they almost got beat by Nebraska. What the fuck is going on in the Big Ten? First off, Nebraska's not a bad team, first off. But Ohio State is supposed to be a great team. Like, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Big Ten is about to get shook up really quick, and it's going to be crazy to see because Ohio State has to go to Penn State, and then, they're going to have to face, who else is in the Big Ten? Oh, Oregon may have to face Ohio State again. Indiana's on a tear, or Indiana's not on the schedule for either one of those teams, but Indiana is really a threat. And I think a lot of people are not really paying attention to that. So we'll see. SMU pulled out the craziest overtime win in a while. And SMU, I don't want to say it's luck, but fuck, man, that was...
For the win. Kick is blocked. And SMU falls on it, and we're going to overtime. My goodness. Snap to Jennings. Here goes Brashard Smith. 10-5 SMU in front first. 24-yard touchdown run, Brashard Smith. Field. Murphy to throw. For the end zone, that's Pancol. Touchdown, Duke. Davis Robinson was in coverage. 3 to the right, Pancol to the boundary at the left. Here's Murphy, buying time to his right, throws, and incomplete. No flags, SMU wins.
Same dude that got beat on a touchdown in overtime ended up deflecting it. Now, they beat Duke, who Duke has been giving people in the ACC fucking work. They have been absolutely whooping people. And I just wanted to show that sequence because it was like, bro, there's no way. I watched this live, and I was like, there's no way that this happened the way it did. Or no, I didn't get a chance to watch it live, excuse me. And I had to go back and watch it because I was on the road. My son had a tournament, so we went to that tournament in Houston. Shout out to Houston. I've been going to Houston a lot. But yeah, so anyway, long story short, went back and watched the ending of that game again, and I was like, this is unbelievable. There's no way for me to describe this in words, how this happened. So I needed y'all to see this because this is fucking crazy. And it was late, so I don't think a lot of people saw it. But man, that was crazy. Another crazy thing, Alabama blanks Mizzou. I would like to take back my Mizzou take on how they might be dangerous in the SEC. That did not age well at all. Fuck, man. What are y'all doing in Mizzou? What the fuck? Anyway, Michigan finally wins a game. It's against their little brother, Michigan State. But they ended the game and kneeling it out. Michigan did, and it was the wildest shit ever. And Michigan State, I get the beer goggles of the week, man. Like, what are we doing? So, with that being said, it is time for the beer goggles of the week. Let's get into what I just said, right? We got to see what the fuck happened with Michigan. So, yeah.
Third down conversion was so special for them. Jake, as something breaks out between Michigan State and Michigan, well, that's not what you want to see right at the end of this thing. Great competitive ball game all night long, and come on, man. It gets ugly late. We've seen this each of the last few years. It's a fight, but it's a fight between the whistles.
It's a dumb fight. It's 18 to 20 seconds left in the game. Why are we fighting for a game that's over? There was no point in that fight. There was no point in that fight at all. Yeah. And Ole Miss has a rodent problem.
Got a little visitor on the field. Yeah, we have a squirrel at the 17-yard line.
Oh, man.
And now We get a Geneva Convention to try and figure out how do we get the squirrel off the field. Squirrel might score a touchdown. Oh, yeah. Touchdown. I love the guy who's pointing to the squirrel as if the squirrel then knows the directions. Oh, this is where I go. Like, where's there? The door's over here? Ah.
The squirrel scored a touchdown. That's crazy. Listen, I mean, I rock with that. That was kind of, shout out to the announcers for that one. That was kind of dope. And it's Thursday night. Refs missed an opportunity to be involved with the game. They were involved with the game all night. And then this.
Right there. I mean, anytime you see a guy's head get spun back.
There was not one, but two refs. Sorry, that was a really short clip. I thought it was a little longer than that. But not one, but two refs. One ref right behind the situation, and one ref to the left of the situation. One sees his head, his face mask is facing you, but his head was this way. What were you looking at? The one time that they hold their flag is crazy. But yeah, so anyway, enough of that. On to the six-pack of the week. So first up, let's look at Pitt versus Syracuse. This interception was crazy.
Backs off. McCord, time over the middle. It's in the air, and it falls. Wait a second.
They're going to say he caught it.
Brandon George says he picked it off.
Brandon George definitely picked it off. They tip drilled it, and he was already on the ground. The ball, that was a gift from God. Oh man. Next up is Aston McShane, one-hander. Oh my God. Let's look at this versus BC.
And Duke Watson. Shuck's gonna let it fly. Down the sideline, a catch. One-handed catch by Brooks. What a catch. I mean, he had one earlier where around the same area
for an injured player.
And then a holding penalty by Redmond called it back, but this one's going to stand. One-handed grab while you have a defensive back draped all over him. And it's the true freshman, Aston McShane.
It was Brooks that caught it. It was Aston McShane who literally was holding his arm, his damn near half of his body, and he still caught that. That is crazy. LSU, bruh. First off, they lost this game, but what a game. What a game.
Beautiful.
Look out. Aaron Anderson went down low. It's a sprint. Anderson will not be caught. Touchdown, 76 yards for the Tigers. They have an electric passing game.
That man, Aaron Anderson, is fast as hell. It's so scary how LSU is becoming wide receiver U. It is wide receiver U, not becoming. It is wide receiver U. They literally have so many great receivers coming out of that fucking college. It's crazy. Next up, Arkansas's quarterback, I don't even know dude's name, but he shook the shit out of everybody on this play.
To the 8th. Here's Green. Trying to win a foot race against Washington. Gets a block to the outside, and he will take it in. Andrew Armstrong came back to help his quarterback out and picks up a touchdown. Bobby Petrino said it. We got to use his legs more. He's healthy this football game. This is one of the biggest weapons we have, and that was absolutely filthy on this juke. One-on-one the open field. Puts him in the blender.
Absolutely put him in a blender. Put him in a blender, found the block, and touchdown. So listen, if y'all follow the social media page, y'all know that Jameis Winston was the player of the week. That man had an absolute outstanding game in wake of the craziness going on in Cleveland. I really didn't want to show this. I debated whether I should do Cam Ward or them because fuck Cleveland and their fans right now. But this was absolutely crazy, and they beat the Ravens with this.
Winston going for it all for the end zone for Tillman. He's got it!
How was he that wide open? But it's they got to score. Why? Madness, absolute madness. And last but not least, listen. The Buffalo Bills went into Seattle and did exactly. I was not sure they were going to do this, but I knew they were going to win the game. But damn, and Keon Coleman is an absolute monster.
Oh, but he's always has this as an option. He sees the inside leverage, and what a catch by Coleman. And again, goes right back to him with Woolen, a one-hander, that basketball.
I mean, again, draped all over, one arm not being able to be fucking lifted up because you got a man literally hanging on your shoulder and your arm. And it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. That was your six-pack of the week. So I wanted to have a new segment because I feel like we're at a time right now where conversation in sports and certain things in sports that we don't actually always talk about. And I wanted to talk to you guys personally. So I'm also going to allow the guys that are in the tier to pick the topics of the episode. But for now, while we're, since this is such a new segment, I'm going to pick. And we're in a time right now where it is time to vote. So go vote. That is your American given right. We're in a time right now where politics is heavy on everybody's mind right now. If you ain't seen a commercial for Kamala or Trump or Walls, or I'm in Texas, so I see Ted Cruz and Colin Allred. And listen, with the climate the way it is, right? I don't think it's enough athletes that make themselves, hey, I'm voting for this person, I'm voting for that person. Which honestly, it's a job. So I've always been told, and most of us have been told in our adult lives, that we don't talk religion or politics at work. Correct? So I get it. Recently, I'll say this weekend, there was a hat that made an appearance while a on-field interview is going on that had nothing to do with this person. He just decided, I'm just going to fuck it. Nick Bosa came out with the Make America Great Again hat, white and gold, which was crazy because I've never seen it. He must have got a custom hat. But hey, listen, who you vote for and who you don't like is none of my concern. I do not have a problem with people that disagree with my politics or disagree with certain politics or whatever policies you may not agree with and things like that. And we're coming up on, like I said, election day is very, very soon. We're coming up on that very, 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 very fast. This month is already over. November 4th, I think, is the day that, voting. If you haven't already went out and early voted and things like that. Whatever. I feel like politics and sports really shouldn't mix. That was the problem with Kaepernick. That was the problem with a lot of people with the basketball, with the Lakers. It was a lot of. There are certain things that I can agree with when sports gets, hey, we're human. You know what I mean? I'm not a guy that believes in shut up and dribble. I'm not a guy that shut up and play, put your cleats on and play football. I'm not that guy. But I also think that politics and sports is a slippery slope, right? And if you make your affiliates known, you have to be able to handle the repercussions or the questions of it. Bosa handled it poorly, and he handled it like a James Franco kind of situation. I don't know if y'all saw this, but James Franco was asked about some players that were Penn State players that were they have a case right now pending, and they're being legally charged for committing crimes and things like that. And he just refused to answer, which is cool. I understand that. Like, you're worried about Ohio State. You're worried about, continuing to be to the Big Ten. These things happen off field. You don't have anything to do with it. Whatever. Just a simple, hey, I can't talk about that. That's an ongoing investigation. I'm not going to answer any questions about it. If you want to ask me anything about Ohio State, or if you want to ask me about my game plan or anything like that, we can talk about that. But to act like a baby and walk off is crazy. Besides the point. Bosa, who made himself a staple or an annoyance or a point to be seen, wanting the attention of the hat and pointed to it on national TV, knowing you're the only game on. And then at the press conference to say, I don't want to talk about it. Huh? Now, listen, I don't care. Again, I don't care who the fuck you vote for, Nick. I don't, it is what it is. You Joey, Nick, I don't care. But the NFL had an issue with Kaepernick and his kneeling and things like that. And they made sure that it was known, fines. The guy didn't get a job after that because his talent, I will say, his talent wasn't worth the risk. Let's just be honest. His talent wasn't worth the risk. After that loss in the Super Bowl, things changed. But I don't say that Cap didn't deserve a job, because there were not 32 quarterbacks in the league that were better than Cap. But he brought too much with him. Now, granted, Deshaun Watson, maybe he should have shot a shot at the Cleveland Browns. Maybe he didn't try that. I don't know. I think they had Baker at the time. I don't know what happened. But long story short, I feel like if you're going to do that, you need to be able to, I feel like I like his policies, or the guy is, blah, blah, blah. Because we see the pictures. We see we know who you guys are. You guys make yourself more and more accessible to the media, to your fans and things like that. And I feel like politics and sports honestly don't mesh. They don't mesh well. They always end bad. Texas Tech field goal kicker fucking raised his shirt, "Make America Great Again" on his T-shirt as a celebration for scoring a touchdown, and then lost the game by missing a field goal. Focus on the things that you need to focus on, fam. Who you vote for is not important to all the masses. That is your given right. You can tell everybody, fine, but vote. Make sure you handle your business, and make sure you're able to stand on your business when you get asked questions about it, because I feel like you basically setting yourself up for the scrutiny, you're setting yourself up for the questions, and you're going to set yourself up for the people that don't like you because of one or the other. And I get it. You believe so strongly in one thing or the other, you want to let it be known. Cool. If you believe so strongly in it, answer the questions. Put it out there. Let it be known. This is why. Don't nut up now. Nah, you wanted to be seen. You wanted to make a statement. Make your motherfucking statement. Don't be a coward. That's my thing. If you're going to be about it, motherfucker, be about it. But don't tuck and hide and run after that. Don't fuck up the game after that. I just feel like, again, like I said, politics and sports is a slippery slope. Just like religion and sports, you notice that a lot of guys aren't. But there's a lot of Muslims and other religions in sports, and they don't make it known anymore, because it's very hard if you're not the majority of religion in sports. So why is it different for politics? It's not. We need to stick to the fact that voting is your personal choice. You don't have to tell anybody. But I digress. Do what you want, but again, if you do it, understand the scrutiny, understand the questions, understand that you got to answer some of those questions. And if you act like a hoe, because you act like a hoe, Bosa, if you act like a hoe, then you're on some hoe shit. We can't respect it now. Now it's weird. Now it's like, man, you ain't even serious about it. You just want attention. That's some real attention-seeking bitch shit. I don't know. Me personally, that's how I feel. Now, it may be because you're a Niner as well, but listen, I just feel like as a fan, I don't really care who you vote for. I don't really care if you're a decent human, as long as you ain't in the news. As you know, when you're on my team, whatever. If you're a good player, whatever. If you're gay, whatever. I don't care. You're a football player to me. Yes, you are human when you take off the pads and all those things like that, or you take off the cleats. But at the end of the day, I don't really physically know you for that. I know you as a football player. So that's, you know what I'm saying? You're still human. I'm still going to treat you as human if I ever meet you. But I don't care about the rest of that. And I think that some of us fans, and I'm a fan, we're fucking fanatics, if you will. I think we want our athletes to be these great human beings or these great-minded people, and it's like, no, they're fucking. Some of them are dumb as a box of rocks. Some of them are geniuses. It doesn't matter though. To me, can you play the game that I love to watch? That's all that matters. Politics, religion, sexual preference, all that shit is irrelevant to me unless you're hurting people. And if you're hurting people, then yeah, fuck you. I don't, whatever. But you're not hurting anyone by making your decisions on who you vote for, who you pray to, or who you sleep with. That ain't got shit to do with me. What's got to do with me is whether or not you can catch that ball, or you can sack the quarterback, or you can help block for the quarterback, or you can run the ball. That's all I give a fuck. Or you can defend against the pass. That's all I care about. We don't care about what you think women should do in the fucking, in the roles and gender roles there, Harrison. Relax, bro. And I just feel like, because America is in such a space right now that everybody wants their voice to be heard. And some of you motherfuckers just need to stick to football. Not telling you to shut up and dribble or shut up and play, whatever. But I'm just saying some of that shit is unnecessary. As a veteran, as a guy who's been watching sports since he can remember, I don't remember what Brett Favre ever voted for or who he was sleeping with, or was he an alcoholic? And I don't give a fuck. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks growing up. Did I know any of his off-field shit? No. Jordan, he was a fucking addict to gambling. Might be part of the reason why I'm a gambler. But anyway, that has nothing to do with that. But no, I didn't care. I didn't care. Did he win games? Jason Kidd, did he win games? Was he? I don't know. I don't care. As long as he wasn't in the news. And that's how I teach my son to look at athletes. These are great athletes on the court, on the field, on the ice, whatever the case may be. And that's how you need to differentiate them. They are this. But to say that I look up to this person and things like that, they are human. All humans make mistakes. We do. There is nobody perfect on this planet. And I just feel like if I can share a beer with you and listen to some of your things, as long as you ain't physically trying to hurt me or verbally disrespect me or physically disrespect me or any kind of way, listen, your politics, your religion, your things, I don't care. I don't care. And if I ever do meet y'all, the players and things like that, listen, I'm not opposed to hearing you out on your stuff, whatever your stuff may be, because I'm not a political fanatic or religion fanatic or LGBTQ fanatic. I don't care. I don't care because, again, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. What affects me is if you hurt people, whatever. Yeah, are you trying to hurt me? Yeah, cool. And now we got a problem. and I will act accordingly. But honestly, I feel like a lot of the players that have made these things aware to us, they just, I don't know, they take, again, like we were all taught a long time ago, I wish we would bring this back. Who you pray to, vote to, have sex with, whatever, is your fucking business. It is the freedom that you have because you are an American. All right. So that was Conversations at the Keg. Let me know what you think. Let me know what topics you want me to talk about because, hey, listen, I will definitely take advice. I listen to some of my guys on Discord, and I have won some bets for y'all, or off because of y'all. Also, I've got some partnerships that I want to talk about, but I will talk about them at a later date, and I will post them on social media. And if you're not following me on social media, you should be, which is fucking incredibly disrespectful. Beer 30 Sports O'Clock on Instagram. Beer.30.sports on TikTok. Yeah. I don't know. I need to change that, but somebody has Beer 30 already. So we'll argue with them later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, all those things. I see y'all's DMs. I see, all the Discord messages and things like that. And again, if you're not on that tier, get on it. I am on Patreon. Full episodes. You'll see the highlights. More guests are coming. But yeah, so thank you guys again for watching. This is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock.